Greetings, Sir Oscar. My name is Adrian Dominic Samson, and I am proud to be part of the GELITPH section ZZ09, where we have had the privilege of learning from you in this course. In this presentation, I am excited to share with you my personal experiences, learnings, and insights gained from this course. As we wrap up this semester, I would like to highlight three key takeaways from the three modules we have discussed in class, as well as three takeaways from your class lectures, reading materials, and other asynchronous activities covered throughout the course. I hope that my reflections will not only showcase the valuable lessons I have learned, but also inspire you to continue exploring and growing in your respective field. Thank you for this opportunity to share my thoughts with you. From the Module 1 tradition and subversion, many purposes have been fulfilled by myths throughout history. They served as a means of transmitting stories from one generation to the next in the past. By utilizing symbolism and artistic license, they deliver powerful messages and impart lessons still being personified even by today's generation. From the material now one explores certain myths. These stories and narratives benefit us as an individual, as tales and myths like these entertain and educate us in such a way that these materials prompt us to envision and utilize our imagination in order to understand what these materials are actually trying to convey to the audience. Additionally, these fables are there to illustrate the history of at least partially the individuals who tell them. The storytellers thus receive laughter and nods of recognition from all age groups in their audiences, but they also instruct the young and potentially the new people of the tribe or culture about the customs and perhaps the reasons behind them. Furthermore, based on the reference material now 5 Arnold R.S. Mythology class, people can have a deeper understanding and appreciation of the history and culture of many nations by studying mythology. People can increase their knowledge and acquire insight into customs, values, and the beliefs of many civilizations by studying their myths and stories. Additionally, studying mythology can help one develop personally and realize who they are. Several mythical tales offer insightful advice and lessons that people can apply to their own lives to achieve understanding and perspective. Lastly, for Module 1, one of the key takeaways from this module is that based from Then 1, entitled Folk Tales, these narratives provide a glimpse into the culture, history, and mythology of various societies, including their beliefs, values, and practices. Reading or listening to these narratives can help individuals to broaden their knowledge, understanding, and appreciation of the different cultures and traditions. Secondly, these narratives can also inspire creativity and imagination, particularly in the fields of literature, art, and entertainment. They can serve as a source of inspiration for writers, artists, and filmmakers to create new stories and artworks that are based on these old narratives. Thirdly, these narratives can also provide insights and lessons that are relevant to contemporary society. Many of these narratives deal with universal themes such as good versus evil, the struggle for power, love and betrayal, and the consequences of actions. By examining these themes through the lens of these narratives, individuals can gain a better understanding of their own lives and the world around them. From Module 2, The Nation and Beyond, a nation can be defined as a large group of people who share a common language, culture, history, and territory. It is a political and social entity that is defined by its citizens or members who may identify with a shared national identity or sense of belonging to a particular nation. Based on the reference Material F, Nestle short film anthology, The Howl and the Pussycat, the concept of the single story alludes to the propensity to use a single narrative or stereotype to characterize a whole population or culture, so limiting our comprehension and capacity for empathy. We are frequently drawn into this trap without even realizing it because of the constant barrage of media messages and social prejudices. Making a point of seeking out many viewpoints and tales is one method to avoid falling victim into this trap. We can achieve this through being exposed to a variety of media and having conversations with people from other backgrounds. Together with challenging our presumptions, we ought to be receptive to various viewpoints and ways of looking at the world. Ultimately, avoiding the single story trap necessitates making an effort to identify and confront our own prejudices as well as a commitment to actively seeking out different viewpoints and experiences. Additionally, based on Material E, which is assorted videos of Nas Daily. One of the key takeaways is that we frequently fall into the trap of ignoring the realities of our country, because as students and citizens of this country, we are fortunate to have the luxury of having both our necessities and wants satisfied. This is highlighted where later on his travels, Nas Daily realized that while the commodities may be cheap for him, being a US dollar earner, they were expensive for the locals because what they were earning on a daily basis was not enough to meet even their necessities. Moreover, he came to realize that while 75% of the country may somehow look quote unquote rich, 25% of the same is struggling and people have nothing to eat. One of the realities is the fact that many people struggle while we take for granted our privileges. By reading news and opinion pieces that will make us more aware of the current circumstances in our country, particularly those that pertain to the poor, and by joining organizations, whether they be inside or outside of school, that support causes to aid the poor, we see ourselves emerging from this trap. Finally, the final takeaway from this module is that we are easily swayed by single-story traps. This is due to the fact that preconceptions are easy to establish that and can quickly spread across the country in this day and age when social media rules the planet. We should also take into account the fact that the media and literature that the public has access to typically only tell one story, which results in generalizations in preconceptions about other social groups. In order to prevent having a prejudiced and incorrect understanding of the subject at hand, we should consider the participants' genuine first-hand experiences. Based on material H, never forget, this goes to show that people can have little to no idea of what has happened to our past, no matter how vile and horrifying it may be, due to the generalization of the media. Ultimately, getting out of the traps of the single story requires us to be curious, empathetic, and willing to step outside of our comfort zones. It won't happen overnight, but by making conscious effort to broaden our perspectives, we can become more informed and compassionate global citizens. For Module 3, Body and Desire, the takeaway based on the material Beki Taktakan is that the materials featuring Jayvot Galang, which present the experiences and challenges of the LGBT community, can help challenge traditional definitions and stereotypes surrounding gender and sexuality. The materials can promote awareness, understanding, and acceptance of the community and its experiences and challenges. The use of humor and sarcasm in the production of the materials makes it easier for people to understand and comprehend the topic. By sharing experiences and providing answers to questions, the materials can encourage individuals to question their own beliefs and biases regarding gender and sexuality, and promote a more inclusive and accepting society. Overall, the materials serve as an eye-opener for those with questions regarding their sexuality and provide information to those lacking knowledge regarding the LGBT community as a community and as individuals. Additionally, the key takeaway from this module from the provided text is that from the short poem He Who Sleeps in My Lap challenges traditional gender and sexuality norms and definitions. It is presented a male persona who is homosexual, and through the story it shows the two different characteristics of people who are heterosexual and homosexual. The poem redefines the classic love story norms where two girls would fight for one man, and instead presents a love rivalry between man and woman for one man. This twist of the idea brings attention to the concept of identity and how people in the LGBTQ community perceive gender and sexuality. The poem highlights the love and desire within the LGBTQ community for the male gender. Overall, the poem presents a different perspective on love and relationships, promoting the acceptance of different gender identities and sexual orientations. Lastly, from the reference material of Bench at How Long Can You Keep a Secret? Literature, film, music, and other forms of media all have the ability to have an impact on how we define and comprehend gender and sexuality. They have the power to either uphold established gender and sexual norms or to question and alter them. For instance, non-traditional gender roles and relationships in novels, movies, and TV shows can aid in the eradication of strict conceptions of gender and sexuality. These resources can support diversity and inclusivity while giving voice to people who don't fit into the conventional gender and sexual norms. This may have a profound effect on how people view and comprehend gender and sexuality, and it may also lessen prejudice and stigma against non-binary, queer, and transgender persons. With that, it It is crucial to evaluate the materials we use and consume because their messages can have a big impact on our perceptions of gender and sexuality. From the class lectures, reading materials, and other asynchronous activities covered throughout the course, there are numerous takeaways that can be taken from this. Firstly, from the lessons of the different conflicts in literature, by understanding the various types of literary conflict, readers can identify the obstacles and challenges that the characters face and how they respond to those challenges. Conflict creates tension, and tension is what keeps readers invested in a story. Furthermore, conflict can reveal a character's strengths, weaknesses, and motivations, adding depth and complexity to their personalities. Overall, understanding conflict is vital to understanding literature because it helps readers to engage with and appreciate the story more fully. By recognizing and analyzing the conflicts that arise in a piece of literature, readers can gain a deeper understanding of the characters, their relationships, and the themes that the story explores. Additionally, we have also discussed point of view in our synchronous sessions. Understanding point of view is important in analyzing and interpreting literature because it helps readers to understand the author's intention and the different perspectives of the characters. The point of view can also reveal the biases, beliefs, and values of the author and the characters. By understanding the point of view, readers can also better comprehend the themes and messages conveyed by the author. For example, a first-person point of view may provide an intimate portrayal of the character's thoughts and feelings, while a third-person omniscient point of view may provide a more objective and detached perspective. Lastly, from the lesson of elements of literary experience, my key takeaway is that the elements of literary experience, which include plot, character, setting, point of view, and theme, are vital and important in understanding literature as a whole because they are the fundamental building blocks that create a cohesive and meaningful story. Each of these elements contribute to the overall experience of the reader and helps to shape the story into a coherent and meaningful whole. By understanding these elements, readers can gain a deeper appreciation and understanding of the author's craft and intention, as well as the broader cultural and social context in which the story is situated. For example, understanding plot can help readers to identify the key events and conflicts that drive the story forward, while understanding character development can help readers to identify the motivations, conflicts, and growth of the characters. Finally, understanding these can help readers to identify the underlying message or meaning of the story and how it relates to broader social, cultural, or philosophical issues. In my opinion, literature has had a more significant impact on my personal development, including emotional intelligence, empathy, creativity, and critical thinking skills. Through reading literature, I have been exposed to a diverse range of perspectives, experiences, and ideas, which broadened my understanding of the world and helped me develop a more nuanced perspective. Moreover, literature also helped me develop my communication skills, as I learned to analyze and interpret complex texts and express my own thoughts and opinions effectively. Literature is a powerful tool that can shape our understanding of the world and ourselves. Through reading, we can learn about different cultures, histories, and perspectives, and gain insights into the human condition. Literature can inspire us, challenge us, and help us develop empathy and compassion for others. In terms of contributing to society, literature plays a crucial role in shaping cultural values and promoting social change. Literature can challenge prevailing social norms, inspire collective action, and promote empathy and understanding among different groups of people. From this, I believe reading literature can be a valuable tool for personal and societal development, as it broadens my and many other people's perspectives, enhance my critical thinking and communication skills, and inspire me to become a more engaged and an empathetic member of society. It also allows me to become a more responsible and socially aware citizen that gives me insights and values that make me a model person and someone that stands up for what is right and just. In conclusion, the modules covered in this text offer valuable insights and lessons that are relevant to contemporary society. By exploring the power of myths, the dangers of single stories, and the importance of promoting inclusivity and acceptance, individuals can gain a better understanding of themselves and the world around them. The study of mythology can provide a deep appreciation for the diversity of human experience and culture, while the concept of the single story reminds us to avoid falling prey to stereotypes and prejudices. Finally, by learning about the experiences of the LGBT community, we can challenge traditional assumptions and promote greater awareness and understanding. In all, the modules in this text highlight the importance of being open minded, seeking out different perspectives, and working towards a more inclusive and accepting society. As we come to the end of this vlog, I hope you feel inspired to dive deeper into the world of academic research and explore new avenues for knowledge and learning. Remember, synthesis is not just about combining ideas, but also generating new insights and pushing the boundaries of what we know. So keep reading, keep questioning, and keep discovering. Thank you, sir, for being part of my journey. And until next time, thank you.